Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Rival Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, November 14th, and we've got a heck of a game on Thursday Night Football. NFC East, one of the best divisions in football. Two teams head-to-head here. Giants and Cowboys don't count for that division, but we've got two potential playoff teams here. Eagles going up against the Commanders. People are saying the winner of this game will win the division. It should be a great watch for Thursday Night Football. Have one game pick, two player props for that game. Let's take a look at the Monday Night Football game that we have between the Rams and the Dolphins. Had a 2-1 day, 1 on the game pick. Had the Dolphins plus 2.5. They did win outright against the Rams. Sean McVay kicked the field goal on third down. I mean, they had to score twice anyway. A lot of people didn't like that call, but I don't think it really made an impact for the game. We did win the Dolphins plus 2.5. Player props. Cooper Kupp hit. Asian did not hit his rushing total. So 1-1 day on the player props, 2-1 day in total. Let's take a look at this Thursday night game. Again, this is going to be a great game. My worst nightmare, obviously. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. We are a joke. Spade's a spade, baby. We're a joke. The Eagles, they're good. I can understand that they have had a pretty good life most of their lives. I'm not one time in my entire life have I ever thought the Dallas Cowboys might win the Super Bowl, but Philadelphia Eagles have one under their belt, at least in my lifetime. That's a pretty good fan base. They've got a pretty good team over my lifespan. The Commanders, though, I don't remember this team ever being good besides the RG3 days. They've had a couple good seasons here and there. Alfred Morris, ring a bell. They've had a couple good teams, but Commanders being good, a little bit different for me. Not like the Eagles. I kind of wish the Commanders were better, but I want the Commanders to win this game. I just don't think it's going to happen. Talking about quarterback play, we paid our quarterback a ton of money to get hurt. No hamstring, no ankle. We've got two fantastic quarterbacks going head-to-head here. We also have a GM or a head coach. But enough about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about this team. Let's talk about this game. Commanders. They've been great this year. Coming off a good game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pretty tough matchup for Daniels. Probably his worst game of the season if you're asking me. But I think the Commanders played very well in that game against the Pittsburgh team who's going to go to the playoffs. The Eagles, I've said this every single week, every single time that I talk about the Eagles. I said week number 1 that they weren't a very good team. The secondary is really bad, but guess what? The secondary, they've looked so much better. The coaching's looked so much better for the most part. They had a lot of new guys in the system, had a lot of new coaches in the system as well. Just took a little bit of time for these guys to gel together. Now this is one of the best defensive squads in the NFL. So, yeah, I'm going to walk back what I said about the Eagles earlier this season for the Commanders. They have Jaden Daniels. We can really just stop there if you're a Commanders fan. It has to be great watching a young quarterback, a rookie, potentially a top 5 quarterback right now in the league, do his thing week in and week out. Again, didn't have a great game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's mainly the Steelers' defense giving him some looks he probably hasn't seen this year. He is a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes. But I'm not going to go with the side here. If I were to lean, I would say Commanders plus 3.5, even though I have the final score, Eagles winning by 5 points. I still think it's hard to pass up that 3.5 with the Commanders. I'm going to go with the over in this game, though. I think a lot of points are going to be scored. We have weapons all over the place, both quarterbacks. We have a pair of good running backs, Saquon Barkley, Robinson coming back in this game. Eckler, I know he's old-ish. I know he can't run-ish, but he's still Austin Eckler. A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin for the Commanders. I'm going to throw in a name that people might just disregard. How about Noah Brown? Anytime touchdown in this game. Not going to be a player prop, but maybe just throw him in there for one of those player props. I like the over in this game. 48 points as the play. Let's go to the player prop side. Keep in mind Noah Brown anytime touchdown. We're going to be looking at Jaylen Herz first, over anytime touchdown, minus 117 going up against the Commanders. I'm one of those people who does not watch the favorite team play on Sunday because I hate the Cowboys right now, so I usually have it on the Red Zone channel. And as an owner of Saquon Barkley on my fantasy team, Jaylen Herz is the worst human being of all time. I know he's not making the play calls because that scumbag on the sideline doing that. No matter what the case is, he always makes the wrong decision. But the Philadelphia Eagles run the tush push or the Philly brotherly shove, what do you want to call it, probably 5 to 8 times per game. And for some reason, they always found themselves on the 1-yard line. That's probably because they're a pretty good team. They can move the ball up and down the field. They have Saquon Barkley, who's inside the 10-yard line, who can most likely get you 9 yards on the first carry. I am going to go with the over rushing touchdown because we are most likely going to see another brotherly shove at the 1-yard line. And I keep seeing these stats for Jaylen Herz. Jaylen Herz is going to have 20 rushing touchdowns, 20 passing touchdowns, going to be in the Hall of Fame. Do we really think that Jaylen Herz deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for all these rushing touchdowns being shoved in at the 1-yard line? You be the judge. My opinion is that he should not. Saquon Barkley should be in the Hall of Fame. That offensive line should be in the Hall of Fame. All he's doing is falling forward for these touchdowns. But I'm tired of watching him do it and not having money on it. So give me him over anytime touchdown as the first play. For the second play it's going to be another quarterback. Double quarterback play for this matchup. Two mobile quarterbacks who like to take off, scramble the pocket, roll out, throw some deep balls, put their head down sometimes. And yeah, it should be a great quarterback matchup. It's going to be Jaden Daniels here. Anytime touchdown, going to be plus 190. He hasn't found the end zone in a couple games. He only had a couple touchdowns early in the season, nothing since. But I think the organization tried to make a point of him stop running. My argument to that is you can't tell a lion not to roar. You can't tell a draft to be short. You can't tell a running quarterback who has been doing it his entire life, who's been one of the best quarterbacks in college we've ever seen. You can't tell him to stop running. You're taking away 50% of his playmaking ability if you tell him not to run. This is a game that I think we see Jaden Daniels use his legs, because last week the Steelers, the linebackers, TJ Watt, they did such a good job keeping him in the pocket. I do think Gannon's going to be rolling around this game. He's most likely going to take off 5 or 6 or 7 times and find the end zone. This is a massive game for both these teams. The winner has a massive advantage throughout the rest of the season. So this is going to be a must-win game for both sides. In the red zone, when push comes to shove, Jaden Daniels is a competitor. Jaden Daniels will not hesitate to score a touchdown with his legs. I'm going to take both quarterbacks to find the end zone as the 2-player props for tonight. Let's take a look at the recap graphic. We're going to go with the over 48 points. If you need a side, I'd lean Commanders plus 3.5, even though the system says to take the Eagles minus 3.5. It just feels like a field goal game. So lean Commanders over 48 points. Jaden Daniels and Jaylen Herz both to score a touchdown as a 2-player prop. Guys, going to do it for the NFL plays and props for Thursday, November 14th slated games. You guys enjoyed the content, so you sure drop a like on this video and subscribe down below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.